Last week I told you we were going to talk about frankincense, and we're going to, but first we're going to talk about holiday joy. So holiday joy, and I even made these up last night, so I better use them. Okay, so holiday joy, it's sold out, so I hope you've gotten some in years past or that you got some this year. But this year, I love the aroma, but this year is the first time I've ever looked up the emotional benefits. So, and they are amazing and super good for Christmas. So the ingredients in holiday joy are Siberian fir, wild orange, clove, cinnamon, cassia, Douglas fir, nutmeg, and vanilla. And it is not for internal consumption. So holiday joy is the oil of centered celebration. So listen to some of this stuff, and so many of these things, I'm using this. I'm using this a lot, and I'm going to, I'm going to be using it a lot. So holiday joy invites people to come together and experience the warmth and comfort of positive relationships. It fosters feelings of joy, celebration, and excitement. However, personal memories and experiences of past holidays directly impact how this blend is received. Holiday joy can simultaneously illuminate the rifts, barriers, unhealed issues carried in families, while assisting in the restoration of healthy connections by instilling a desire for togetherness and reconciliation. That there is just a powerful thing. The holidays for lots of people have really mixed feelings. They're happy, they're joyful, they're stressful, they're sad, depending on events that have happened. There can be a lot of sadness and grief associated with it. There's a lot of stress associated this year just with the illnesses and things going around. So holiday joy is really good in this way and can be really beneficial. Holiday joy can also comfort individuals who are either without family or have estranged relationships due to the distance or the inability to heal. While emotionally distancing may be appropriate in some situations where extreme or abusive behaviors are present, this blend reminds that separation is most often not a long-term solution. It offers a gentle reminder to embrace the love and warmth that healthy family relationships can bring. And this next part that I'm going to tell you is why I need to use it during this holiday season. Holiday joy teaches the importance of boundaries in healthy family relationships. This is especially true for individuals who overgive. Oftentimes, the desire to please others causes neglect of personal needs and wants. And sometimes when we're giving, then it causes resentment in the giver and sometimes also in the receiver. And we don't want resentment. So it's something to be aware of. Holiday joy teaches that personal energy, conservation, and balanced giving, combined with a nurtured sense of self, lead to the happiest, healthiest relationships and the most joyful holiday celebrations. So it's important to have the relationships, enjoy the interaction, whether that be through FaceTime and Zoom or in person, but also to have your boundaries so that everyone can be happy and it can be a joyful thing. So the negative emotions that it addresses are feeling stressed, estranged, closed, cold, hypersensitive, defensive, poor boundaries, and imbalanced giving. The positive properties are warmth, emotionally safe and connected, balanced, joyful, and celebratory. Doesn't that sound just great? Like I say, I'm one of the ones that tends to overgive and that I put myself very last, and that can create some not great situations. So, all right, now, frankincense. A disclosure. to start with. There is so much information on frankincense, and you're going to maybe feel like you've just been in front of a fire hose. There's lots of information. I'm going to send you 2, maybe 3 handouts that go with this. And I really debated because Laura Jacobs on Monday did a webinar that was Spike Your Life, 12 Days of Frankincense. And I will have the link in the notes, in the handout to give to you. It is so good, and she is so good in explaining it, that really take the chance to watch it. And so mine is not nearly as good as hers, but it's different and kind of coming from different directions. So you get both. So frankincense is the king of oils. This is a Boswellia sacra tree. So frankincense is the king of oils. It has been used since ancient times. I can't remember. It's mentioned in the Old and New Testament a whole bunch of times. It is one of the oils that's also in the ancient oil collection. So you can get it there, plus getting the free one this month. So it's been used for thousands and thousands of years. It's one of the gifts that was given, that the wise men gave to the Christ child. It is derived from the resin of the Boswellia carteri, sacra, papifera, and briarina, which I don't think you guys know how to pronounce them any better than I do, so that's my guess. So they take 4 variations of the frankincense tree and combine the resins, and that's what our frankincense is. A Boswellia tree is characterized by thin and peeling bark, tangled branches, and clustered leaves at the ends of the branches. The trunks of these trees often have more than one stem. However, some only have one trunk. These trees grow up to 8 meters, which is essentially 27 feet tall, and are commonly found growing on rocky slopes and southern coastal mountains. And the sacra ones are native to Ethiopia, northern Somalia, southwestern Oman, and southern Yemen. doTERRA sources theirs from Somalia and Oman. And we've talked before about, you can look at where these trees grow, and that can tell us some of the things that it will do with us. Look at, this is tough climate. And Somaliland is dry, it is a desert, it gets over 100 degrees. It is a really rough climate. And yet the frankincense trees have been growing there for thousands of years. And so it can give us some of that same support to when we're in rocky places or we're in an arid time in our life, then we can get those same things. So it's produced from the resin of the tree. They go and scrape the bark, just put a really thin scrape on it, and then leave it for, I think it's a week. And it starts oozing sap. And the sap then dries, and they go back and they either scrape these drops, they call them tears, off, or pick them up if they fall into the ground. And then they take them back, and the women sort them according to color, because the color indicates the quality of the frankincense. And so, not surprisingly, doTERRA uses the highest quality ones, and they have people that sort them. And it's just like with all essential oils, it is a really time-intensive and work-intensive process to get us this oil. One of the other things in the handout are going to be quite a few different videos. Most of the videos in the handout are 2 to 2.5 minutes, so they're really short. doTERRA has done behind the bottle series of videos that kind of tell how and where the oil comes from. Most of them, they have only done one, like for lemongrass, there's one behind the bottle episode. For frankincense, there are 4. And they're all give you different information. They're all really interesting, and I hope you'll take the time to watch them. Just an interesting tidbit is that doTERRA's frankincense is kosher certified. So if you are an active practicing of the Jewish faith, then frankincense is kosher and it's acceptable to be using. One of the other things about frankincense is co-impact sourcing has had a huge impact on the lives of the people that are the growers and the harvesters. One of the things that they've done, these trees grow in really remote areas. Somaliland is remote in and of itself. But then you take it and you go to the area where the trees grow, and it is even more remote. And so these people that live there, there's no medical care in the area. They have to, I think it's 4 or 5 days that they have to walk to get to the closest medical care. doTERRA has gone in and just opened this year a hospital for the people in this whole area of Somalia. And it is such a blessing to their lives, and the government of Somalia is just overwhelmed that a company would come in and do this for them. And one of the videos talks about the hospital, so be sure and watch those videos. So a fun fact, the soccer tree, this tree can produce a couple of pounds of resin each year, and if it's properly cared for, then a tree can produce resin for hundreds of years. So frankincense has some longevity in it, and that's really important. So the emotional benefits. Frankincense is the oil of truth. It helps reveal deceptions and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. This oil helps create new perspectives based on light and truth. It recalls to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into the world. Through connecting the soul with its inner light, this oil reveals the truth. Frankincense supports in creating a healthy attachment with one's father. I am sorry about that. It assists in spiritual awakening and helps individuals feel the love of the divine. It shields the body and soul from negative influences and assists the soul in its spiritual evolution. Enhancing practices of prayer and meditation, this oil opens spiritual channels that allow an individual to connect to God or to whatever your higher power is. So the negative emotions that it combats are feeling abandoned, spiritually disconnected, distant from Father, unprotected, spiritual darkness, and misaligned. The positive properties are enlightened, loved, protected, wisdom, discerning, spiritually open, and connected to Father. Okay, so excuse me for 1 second. I'm just having this inkling that we're going to get more calls, so I just made it so that the phone won't ring. So the top properties are, it is an immunostimulant, which means it will stimulate our immune system, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, restorative, anti-catarrhal, anti-infection, antiseptic, expectorant, and sedative. And then, like I was telling you about, there's a whole bunch of videos. I've never given you links to this many videos, but all of them are really worthwhile. So then, I think, nope, that's not the one I want. So we're gonna stop sharing, you get me. for a little bit. Okay, so primary benefits. It is super supportive of your immune system and cellular function, healthy cellular function. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do either. Okay. It is great for stress relief. You can apply frankincense to the bottom of your feet, and its chemical components result in an extremely powerful aroma that can help to dispel negative feelings like stress. It is great for extreme sad feelings. You can apply it neat to your temples or your foreheads. You can add 5 to 10 drops to 15 milliliters of fractionated coconut oil and use as a massage oil. This is a great thing. Take one of your empty bottles, even one of your empty frankincense bottles, and put 5 to 10 drops of frankincense in it, and then just fill it up the rest of the way with the fractionated coconut oil, and you've got a massage oil in, you know, in a nice bottle that's easy to use. And, or you can add 1 to 3 drops to a warm bath. Okay, it is great for rejuvenating your skin. Add to moisturizer to reduce appearance of blemishes and to rejuvenate the skin. This razor bumps. I've got in the handout, I've got a recipe for a razor relief serum that you can make, and it will aid in reducing the appearances of skin imperfections and will benefit the irritated skin by soothing the sensitive razor bumps. Isn't that a fun thing that I bet you haven't heard about before? It is great for your meditation or your morning practices or whatever. It helps you focus, but it will also help bring added satisfaction, peace, relaxation, and even feelings of overall wellness to your morning routine. These next two are great for this climate that we've got in New Mexico. Dry and scaly hands. Add a couple of drops of frankincense to your moisturizer, and it will help hydrate and rejuvenate your hands. It's great for your fingernails. Put a drop on your finger or thumb or something and rub it around your cuticles and the edges of your fingernails. And it will help your cuticles and it will strengthen your fingernails. If you've been working or long hours or have been on your feet a lot, it will bring some relief to tired, achy hands and feet. It is very helpful with someone who has memory issues. Use or apply under your nose and on the back of your neck or diffuse, and it will help with memory issues, especially ones that happen with older people. It is very helpful in healing wounds and supporting young-looking skin. Is that a good way to put it? Sometimes if you have injured yourself, gotten a cut or something, then after it heals, you can still tell where that cut was. If you will use frankincense on it, you will not be able to see where that cut was anymore. And this works for, and it does not work overnight, it works for old wounds that you can see the remains of. So you can just apply it daily and it will help with that. It is great for mental fatigue, inflammation. For inflammation, mix 3 drops of frankincense and 2 drops of lavender in a bowl of cold water. Dampen a washcloth in that water and apply to the inflamed area for 15 to 30 minutes. And you can repeat that as often as needed. It can be helpful with warts. Apply to the site with oregano diluted, especially with the frankincense doesn't need to be diluted, but the oregano does. And I have had friends who have used this and it has worked in telling the warts goodbye. Something that Laura Jacobs talks about a lot is breast detoxification. So use your frankincense touch or make yourself a diluted amount and apply to your breast tissue, and it will help cleanse and detoxify it. Apply 2 times a day for 30 days and do that 3 to 4 times a year. And she says it just will do wonders and help support your breast health. When you have head tension and even extreme debilitating head tension, frankincense is wonderful. You can put a drop or 2 under your tongue, or you can put a drop on your thumb and just put it in the roof of your mouth and hold it to the top of the roof of your mouth, and apply every 15 minutes or so until you feel better. Or if you feel one of these really debilitating episodes coming on, I have seen a friend where it stopped it in its tracks and it just went away. So that is really worth doing. Frankincense can help you stay focused. You can combine it with peppermint, frankincense, and citrus bliss, and rub on the back of your neck to help you feel energized and help you focus. It blends really well with citruses, with blue tansy and copaiba. If you're diffusing it, you can combine it with cypress, lavender, geranium, rose, sandalwood, ylang ylang, or clary sage to diffuse it. The basic rule of thumb is, when in doubt, use frankincense. Because frankincense is really good for almost anything. It is found in tune, past tense, DDR prime, immortelle, balance, anchor, beautiful, children's stronger blend, and lifelong vitality. Do be aware of possible skin sensitivity. Keep out of the reach of children. If you're pregnant, nursing, or under a doctor's care, consult your physician. And as always, avoid contact with eyes, inner ears, and sensitive areas. If you have an issue with your ears, with frankincense or with other things, you can put a drop or 2 on a cotton ball and then just set the cotton ball on your ear. There are miraculous things that have happened in healing ears, in supporting your hearing and your ears by using frankincense. And you can contact me separately if you'd like to hear the story. I've asked Kathy if she minds if I share, and it doesn't, but Kathy loves frankincense, and she will never, ever, ever run out of frankincense because of what it has done for her. So on the handout, then I've given you the recipe for the Razor Relief Serum and for a Star in the East diffuser blend, a clay facial mask that is really good and rejuvenating for your skin, that you can use once a week. There's a recipe for something to support plantar fasciitis, or not supporting getting it, but getting rid of it. There is a healing bruise blend, and there is Flume, which is a serious immune support, and that has frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and melaleuca in it. And there's the recipe for that. So let me show you here one more thing. Okay. There. Okay, so with the, I told you that the link for it is in here with Laura Jacobs' presentation that she did for Spike Your Life with 12 Days of Frankincense. This is the handout that you will get that gives you ideas of ways to, the 12 different ways that you can use frankincense. Like I say, it's an hour presentation. Her webinar is an hour long. Listen to it when you're doing the dishes or folding laundry or fixing dinner. It is so worth it to listen to. And I will send you that. And she has this one that I will also send you, this handout. There are some good recipes on here. The diffuser blend that I told you about that I'm diffusing right now is actually on this handout. It's actually a room spray. But I thought, I bet I can use it as a diffuser blend. So that is frankincense, grapefruit, and Douglas fir, and it is being delightful. So I really like it. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Are there any